with you.
Hello guys, here I am. So last video you learned a little bit about the object-oriented programming and everything about the entities and how the entities could be, in this case, classes. Okay, so this is the exercise that I show you about cars and the car slide. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to create these entities as a class using PHP. Okay, so for doing this we are going to use Notepad++, or you can use the program you want to start coding, but I'm going to use this one. Okay, so the basic thing here is as following. So let me open once again my 1P. So I'm going to come here, this is the 1P, I'm going to open it, and here. Okay, so here, where are you? I close it. I think that I already have it open. Okie dokie. So what are we going to start doing? So as you know, here in your WAMP server, we are going to use the www folder, and here you're going to use the folder you want. So be careful with, I'm going to delete those, not just this one that it says Higuera. So remember those files, please don't touch them, don't modify them, don't delete them. Okay, so please. So for every project that you are going to start doing, you are going to create a folder. So I'm going to put here project. Okay, so now inside this project here, we are going to start using all our files that we are going to use. In this case, as I told you in class, we are going to create a folder that is called class. Why? Because we are going to have everything organized. So that means that here in this folder we are going to have all our classes. And what is a class? A class is what is going to contain our entities. Okay, so I am going to create a PHP file, and I'm going to save this file. So let me put this first, and obviously we are going to use PHP code. So now I'm going to save it, and where I'm going to save it, so here I have my program, here I have the 1P, here I have the www folder, and inside I have the project folder and class folder. And as I told you, I'm going to create the cars, okay, or the car line class. Okay, so here I'm going to put the name of the class. So in this case I'm going to put car line. Okay, car lines.php, and here I'm going to change the type from normal to all types and guardar. Okay, so this is what we have. Now for creating the class, we're going to use the word class. Okay, now space, and here I'm going to use car lines. So that is going to be our class name. Okay, now I'm going to use these symbols. Okay, so here doing this we already create the class. That's all. Okay, now here we are going to use the word public. So what that means, that the variable or the object that we are going to start using in our classes are going to be public, so you can access to them wherever you are. Okay, so we are going to use them. So here I'm going to use public and the name of the attribute that we are going to have. In this case I have ID, but I'm going to put ID car line. Okay, just to differentiate this ID from possible another ID that we are going to have in another class. Okay, now here I'm going to use another, once again, public, and we are going to create now the other variable or the other object that is going to be called chassis. Okay, so what is this? Those are the attributes for this class. Okay, and now we always use something that is called public function. Okay, we are going to create a function. The function are the methods, and the methods are the actions that you are going to use for modifying the attributes. So we are going to start creating our first function that always is going to be underline and construct. Okay, and this is gonna be like this. Okay, we are going to leave it empty. Why? So remember, this function we use it if you want to have some values as default. So what is that? That you create the class and you want that the attribute has a first value. Okay, so you are not going to put a value using a function. So I'm going to give you an example in this way. Let's suppose that I want to have this attribute. For example, I'm going to use this. Later I'm going to explain you what is this, and this I'm going to use the ID car line. I'm going to put equals, and let's suppose that here I'm going to put Sandero. So that means that when I start using this class that I call car lines, the ID car lines as default is going to have this name as value. Okay, so that is the purpose of the construct. Okay, but in our cases we are not going to give any initial state to any of our attributes. Okay, now we are going to create another function, public function, and in this one let's suppose that I am going to create car line. Okay, so that means that we are going to start creating a new car line. So let's suppose that you create a database and you don't have any car line in your database. So you are going to create the database of the car line. So let's suppose that you are going to have a form in which you are going to ask, okay, give me the name of the car line. So you are going to put Sandero, enter. So now you have Sandero inside your database. I want to create another one. I want to create a Renault Clio. So you're going to use this function to create the Renault Clio inside your database. Okay, so I hope that is so clear for you. Now here I am going to create another function, and this one is going to be called modify. So let's suppose that you create Sanderos, okay, and you want to delete the S. So you are going to modify the car line. So you are going to select Sanderos and you are going to subtract the S, and now the modification that you are going to do is that you are going to take Sanderos and you are going to modify it to Sandero. Okay, so too simple. The other one is maybe you want to show all the car lines. Okay, so you are going to make a list in which you are going to show Sandero, Renault Clio, Renault 11, Renault, whatever. Okay, so that is for showing. And the other one that we usually used is delete. So those are the most common attributes used in a class. So obviously you can use more than that, but that depends of what you want to do. Okay, so guys, this is the way that you create classes in PHP. And remember, every class is an entity in our analysis. Okay, so for every entity that we have, for example, here I have cars, so I should create another PHP file that the class is going to be called cars. And let's suppose that you have 4 entities, so that means that you are going to have 4 PHP files, and every PHP files is going to be an entity. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you, and I hope this could help you to present the derroteros activity. So thank you for watching this video. So let's see you in another opportunity. So bye bye.